Hello and welcome to Ginger Prime. My name is Brian if you're new around here, and for returning subscribers, you know you're sexy and you know it. Thanks for coming back for this video. Guys, I am so freaking excited to share this kind of information with you. This kind of proves essentially what I've been feeling about New World the whole time, and you could come on this journey with me. We're going to be talking about the PTR data mines and so much more information and what it means for the future of New World. If you guys haven't seen this channel before, be sure to subscribe for my daily uploads for MMO content, and I appreciate it. Welcome to the 24% of you who've already have. So let's dive in. First, huge shout out and thanks to M4RX. The link to this will be posted in the description. Go check out the Reddit thread yourself. Give it a thumbs up. This is some fun, exciting information. We're going to go through the post itself. I'm going to start with the bottom though, because the bottom of the post really starts to dive into a core aspect of what we're going to see. We're going to speculate. I'm going to give you obviously my thoughts about why I think this is some big breaking awesome news, and it really helps, you know, I guess give even more confidence in the state of New World. I've been very excited about this game. I've been loving every minute of it. I've been enjoying all the doomsayers out there, but overall New World is an incredible game, and I think it's just going to continue to get better, especially if any of this comes to pass. This is what we can see and expect. All right, so it looks like they're looking to add expertise levels for trade skills after 200 and get a chest reward when leveling up. I really hope that goes beyond just the trade skills. That's going to help continue to increase the excitement of the economy. Whenever you don't need XP in this game right now as it stands, the economy struggles. It's going to struggle because XP is a really great resource, and the fact that you hit level 60 and XP goes nowhere, that automatically just kind of takes certain activities in the game and gives them less priority, less value. Doing this for the trade skills is great. Also, hopefully they consider it for your just general XP bar as well. Yes, give us a treasure chest when we level up. It doesn't have to be bigger than that. It just has to have something there, some kind of thank you for continuing to obviously engage in this kind of activity. Hopefully we can see some, leaderboards or some tracking among friends, a little passive PvP competition, just to sit here for bragging rights, not to break the game, not to say you have to go get, crafting 400 in order to make something, but just in order for bragging rights and a little bit of kind of fun there. More dungeon progression with quote unquote silver ranks. I think we're actually going to talk about that more when we start talking about these different kind of mitigations or mutators, essentially they're called, to the dungeon. So it looks like the dungeons that exist are going to get a kind of a deeper dungeon, a kind of a progression system in and of itself for that dungeon itself. I'm very kind of curious to see how that plays out. Really good gameplay moment for taking the content you have and bringing more value to it. Confirmation on when salvaging rare items. I think that's going to be a nice, huge help. It's like, please don't salvage this just right away. You might want to hold on to it. Event calendar and daily login rewards. That would be really great. This is something I want to see in Final Fantasy for a long time. I hope Final Fantasy eventually gets that as well. Not necessarily daily login rewards. I get issues with kind of artificial FOMO, so that's something that I'm like, meh. I get it. I get that it works, right? Like, I'm not going to sit here and tell you that this stuff doesn't work. It just is annoying. But an events calendar, especially if we can run that as a company, I think that would be really great to see that in game and not 100% always rely on Discord. 30-day faction change, or sorry, 60-day faction change from the 120. It makes sense. I think that feels like it's enough time that it's a decision that really matters for 2 months, but 120 days, excuse my voice, is kind of long. Housing location item, don't know necessarily what that means. 15% bonus when healing armor, and scaling increase for light armor as well. So this is just going to further try to move healers into that kind of squishy status by giving them bigger bonuses when in light and medium armor. Alkahest items used in crafting potions. This is essentially going to be where that hyssop that you've been gathering that really doesn't have a lot of value. It's going to increase the value of that. A Yeti enemy, as well as 2 other legendary beasts, Tauros and Kirin, is listed here. This is going to be great to see various kind of bigger, kind of, more mysterious type monsters out there roaming the world. I'm looking forward to seeing what that ends up being into. Tool skins in store. And so that makes sense, essentially, and they say in the store. So various different ways to make your tools look different. Convergence shop is an event store. New PvP missions, kill and acquire items, search chest, hunt target name, chest at war camp, kill with weapon, capture fort, and assassinate elites. We've already seen some of this brought into the PTR as well, especially when it's like kind of a kill count. And then also PTR shows that when you die for a PvP mission, it doesn't abandon it, it just resets its progress. So that way you can probably just keep going back out in the world. So I think that's nice and nice change. Attribute change. 300 int bonus is going from 30% down to 10, so a little reduction. 250 con bonus is going from 80% down to 60%, so a couple adjustments there. Then you can also see some new MTX deal, classic RPG Bard in this case. Let's see here. I think that's pretty neat, but we're not going to spend too much time on kind of the store items. Again, go check the post out itself. I'm going to talk about mutators. Dungeon mutations, 10 ranks or more working on dungeon mutations. If we look at the data listed here, max level is 10, infinite levels is false. So that could tell me that there's essentially the idea, like, you know, infinite levels is false on all of these. Maybe there's going to be an infinite dungeon, you know, something that just continues to level up and level up and level up in difficulty for you each and every time. I think that's going to be really exciting to see in terms of that progression, you know, post-game content, giving you that ability to dive into those things. I really hope they make the keys transferable, though, tradable on the markets, but we'll have to wait and see. We're seeing obviously some balance changes. All this is to be expected. My voice is failing me, so I do apologize. I'm not going to go through. You can go look at the specific things. I think this is just, it just makes sense. They're looking at trying to balance out some of the different jobs, some of the different weapons, etc. So these can all also be subject to change, being that these are leaks. It's going to be interesting. We are seeing a weaponsmithing leveling, you know, especially going to like, you know, increasing the amount of experience needed to craft. Now they say they're going to adjust certain you know, like materials and experience rates for crafting certain levels, so it's not going to necessarily feel too hard. But what this will actually end up doing is it will help make items that are less used and, you know, more valuable. One of the things we have is kind of a bottom heavy economy. Iron has actually maintained its value, but like silver and gold, rarer items are like very rarely needed because you don't really need that much of them. This is to help kind of fix some of the tier leveling kind of sections where like tier 4 was really hard, but then tier 5 you get through almost instantly. So that I expected that to happen. We'll have to wait and see that being added. They're looking at, we also see a new greatsword. We knew the greatsword's been worked on and it's going to continue to be worked on, so it's very exciting to see. They're still making updates to the blunderbuss. They're adding in a bunch of new emotes and also kind of a couple other things like Twitch company chest and armor dies are coming soon. Lots of tacking on for anti-bot gold selling measures. In fact, already some of the changes they made to gold selling measures have been really impactful and huge. New partial ban penalty is being added. You can no longer place camps and invasions, and they also show off the brimstone stands. This is the new desert area. No word on yet when that is actually going to be coming into the game itself, but we look here like we're getting a couple new dungeons. Isabel's Lair, Endurance Caverns. So obviously it seems like more content's on the horizon. My question is that if this is obviously not included in the big major November update for some of this stuff, like maybe this is going to be the, like I would assume maybe the February update. If you think about kind of a major update, like every 3 months, not counting the delay that the game had to go through. There's some really exciting stuff like in here just to sit here and speculate and talk about. First things first, I absolutely love the idea of being able to take those dungeons and keep them valuable going forward. Just to sit here and say, hey, guess what? Now that dungeon is going to scale. You're going to have 10 additional levels that you can try to progress through. Each level getting harder and harder, and we're going to add mutators, essentially kind of little, you know, things that are going to make that even harder. You know, change up the gameplay, things that you got to worry about. That adds a lot of replayability to the content that they have, and I think that overall it's going to help with just the health of the game itself. I really love seeing, obviously, like the event calendar. I really love seeing you know, the additional ranks. I really, again, like I said, the biggest change would be at level 60, you still level up, and every level you get something, thus keeping experience valuable to you as a player and making ways that you get experience valuable to you, and maybe hopefully giving you a little bit of a bragging rights and a bragging reward for just playing this game. Guys, this is some really cool information. Hopefully you got something good out of this post. If you did, hit that like button. Let me know what you are excited the most about in the comments, and we will obviously continue on this adventure together. If you're looking for a company, we're on Noon Shaha. Come check us out. Links to the Discord are all below. Anyway, guys, that's gonna be it for me. Thanks for listening. Thanks for being here. Love you faces, and I'll see you in my next video. But until then, take care.
Really fun and optimistic community, baby. Coming from an MMO community filled with toxicity, this is an amazing breath of fresh air. Keep it up, baby. Oh, yeah. I just want to say I'm really glad you're feeling